Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Aidan.
I'm Gaynor.
I'm Sophie.
Today we've got 50 people show us their state's accents, culturally speaking.
I'm terrible at accents.
Oh, I'm not...
Hearing them, like knowing who's from where, or actually doing them.
Doing them. I think if I heard one, we can all do that. We can all try and do one of the accents.
Do you want to try that?
Yeah.
So when we go through, we'll get one accent each.
Yes.
That we have to try and do.
Yes.
All right?
Oh, I'm shocking at this.
I'm
going to pause it at one point, or one of you can tell me to pause it, and then I'll say, right, Sophie or Gaynor, this is your accent you have to do.
All right.
Because you'll be good at this, so you're
No,
all right.
you're
very good at
lying to
accents.
me. All right, let's get into it anyway.
I never thought I had an accent, but everyone else told me I did, so I never really understood my accent. But we say soda pop, and that was weird, I guess.
The great thing about Oklahoma is it's really this confluence of a whole bunch of different parts of the country. So the northern part of the state is really like the plains, so people kind of have that flat Iowa accent.
People always know I'm from the Midwest when I say bagel.
But if you get down south to the Little Dixie portion, it has a much more of a southern drawl.
Elongating those vowels a little bit and saying y'all every sentence.
How y'all doing today?
Y'all want to go to Waffle House? Come on over, we're going to Waffle House.
It's just like real round in your mouth, and you're just like, hey y'all, how we doing tonight? Are you guys gonna go down to the game this weekend? I'm so excited.
I love it, mate.
Sophie, yours is Tennessee.
I forgot about that. Howdy, y'all. We're gonna go down to get some pizza tonight. We went really weird then.
That went into a New York one.
I was actually not too bad, to be fair.
Y'all
Do you wanna-
want some sweet tea?
Some sweet peach tea.
I mean, I guess you'll pass on that. That one wasn't too bad. Gee.
Like Joshua's doing real great this year.
Everybody talks really slow, especially compared to New Yorkers.
Most New Yorkers are loud. You gotta fit your way into a conversation most often times when you're in New York.
Vermont's accent is very unique and it's hard to slip into unless you're talking to another person who like grew up farming. But the phrase that I can say in my accent is always, oh sure bud, oh sure.
People from California kind of have like, they say like.
Colorado doesn't really have a typical accent. Lots of people say that it has no accent, but you'll definitely get called out if you say Colorado. It's Colorado.
So I've been told from people in New York that my state has an accent. Some people go Chicago. I don't think we do.
There's parts that I can hear like a little bit of a twang and kind of sound like this.
Some people in New Mexico have accents, depending on what part of the state you're from. People in the South tend to sound a little bit more like they could be from Texas.
Really wide syllables, really kind of drawn out phrases.
It's a little sing-songy. Like
She sounded like she was about to cry.
I was going to say she was either really, really nervous or on the verge of breaking down.
Every word was shaky.
Yeah.
The Valley Girl, almost. I'm from New Mexico, and I love eating burritos.
You want to go skiing up on mountain?
Pass me those taters.
Hi.
I don't know, I mean, like, there's cowboys, you know, there's horses. I don't know, because I don't feel like I have an accent.
I went home a couple of years ago and was watching home videos of my sister and I, and we had to like do a weather forecast as like little kids, and we'd be like, there's a big hurricane coming from the left coast, but don't worry because we don't know that it's coming. And people would be like, what are you saying?
I can put on the, you gotta park the car and hop the yard and give the guy a quarter for some chowder. That's a standard Boston accent right there.
N-E-E-R.
What did she even say?
Go on, Aidan.
I don't even know what she said. I actually have not, I didn't catch one word.
Park the car and hop the yard and give the guy a quarter for some chowder.
Quarter for some chowder.
Hang on, I'm gonna have to listen to that. No wonder this is most replayed.
Be like, what are you saying?
I can put on the, you gotta park the car and hop the yard and give the guy a quarter for some chowder.
You gotta park the car. That's, and then
Round the corner.
Round the corner and give the guy a
quarter
for some chowder.
Come on.
Do I have to say that?
Yeah.
What was it again?
You've got to park
The car around the corner.
Let me listen to it one more time.
I can put on the, you gotta park the car and hop the yard and give the guy a quarter for some chowder.
Okay, I forgot it already.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not round the corner.
No. You've got to park
the car
and give the guy a quarter for some chowder.
You got to park the car and give the guy a quarter for some chowder. Or say if I say like I'm from Boston.
Yeah.
Or is it from like I'm from Boston?
So I guess in
I'm
Boston,
from Boston,
I
Massachusetts.
guess in Massachusetts they speak really fast.
Yes, that's seems like it. I don't know.
Definitely.
God, that was bad. Yours is still
Yeah.
coming up. Don't worry.
Okay.
That's a standard Boston accent right there.
Any ER would have an AH at the end.
It's kind of like Boston, but cooler and a bit more drunk. Like, we gotta go up to Bar Harbor to get some lobster supper.
My mom has this kind of strange half French Canadian, half Boston accent that sounds like peanut characters. Womp womp. Womp 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 womp.
Well, if you're from North Dakota, you've got some long O's.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
You hang on to your R's a little too.
It gets a little bit thicker the older you are. Your grandma sounds a little bit like this. Your mom might be a little bit softer.
I'm from Wisconsin. Go Pack Go. It kind of gets like up here. Go Pack. I say bag. I have some eggs in a bag.
The best example of the Wyoming accent I feel like I've ever seen was in Brokeback Mountain. One curve in the road, and they missed it.
So if you live in Washington State, no one ever says they have an accent. They all think they speak pretty normal, which is kind of true.
Just kind of middle of the road. Sort of like Delaware itself.
But they also kind of have like a country hit kind of thing to them. So they'll say like, Worshington, like I'm gonna wash my hands. And you're like, worsh? What kind of a word is that?
We pronounce our T's as D, so we say like Connecticut instead of Connecticut.
I feel like Michigan's typical accent is very nasally, high, like that type of vibe.
So
there we go, Michigan for you.
Just let me hear it again.
What is that?
We pronounce our T's as D, so we say like Connecticut instead of Connecticut.
I feel like Michigan's typical accent is very nasally, high, like that type of vibe.
So if I'm from
Jeez, that's an accent that kind of annoys me.
So
Hi.
It's like
the Michigan accent's a little bit nasally. I'm gonna go down, buy some bagels and cream cheese.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, it sounds a bit southern, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's got that
Southern with that
nasally-
nasally tang to it. Yeah.
To be fair, I feel like that's what Manchester's like, though it is. In Manchester, like I feel like we're quite I'm quite nasally, like most people are.
That's because you've got allergies.
Yeah, I'm allergic to my cat.
That's just you, Sophie.
like Northside Kauai, it might sound something like this.
People say that us Marylanders have accents, but I don't think we have an accent.
Idaho doesn't have a really distinct accent.
There's no accent in Indiana.
This might be very biased, but I really don't think we have an accent.
I don't hear it, but I get reminded of it when I travel.
I mean, I think this is normal.
It's a perfect neutral Pacific Northwest tone. Sarah Palin does not have a typical Alaska accent. She's not really from there. She grew up in, I don't know, Kansas or something.
My husband laughs at me because I say wolf instead of wolf.
Our accents are all over the place.
The first one that comes to my head is a Latino one. Me voy a coger un cortadito.
There's the St. Louis accent where we say certain things like quarters and water.
Where I'm from, they like to say Haina or Mayan. That shirt over there is Mayan. From Philly, they like to say wooder and yous guys. But in Pittsburgh, instead of yous guys, they say yins. What are yins doing?
North Carolina it's an interesting accent. It's just got a little bit of a drawl.
It's a little lazier.
Just very slow pace, very good, very nice.
There's Charleston, South Carolina, which is more like this. It's more smooth. It might have a daughter named Darcy.
And then you got the real squealy southern accent. And then you just got the very just, hey, how you doing? God bless. Have a good day now.
Yeah, I like that Alabama accent.
I do as well.
Yeah, it's good.
Do you reckon a lot of them to me just sounds the same though?
I was going to say to us, they all sound the same. But
There's only a certain few that you could pick out.
But I think a lot of Americans, if they heard us speak, they wouldn't be able to differentiate between Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham. We'd all just sound the same.
I don't know. They sound very different.
They do to us, but those sound very, unless they're like real deep south. It's a lot different than get out of here. Like they're very different.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, but like you could pick out the certain few. Like obviously, people could like Americans probably couldn't figure out the accent between like let's say Nottingham and I don't know London, yeah. Because we could pick out accent from like New York to Texas, couldn't we? Do you know what I mean? That's probably like what it's like from Manchester to Liverpool type thing. They're probably a bit too similar. If you do like Liverpool and London or Manchester and London, you can hear it's so different. Or like Liverpool and Bristol type thing.
Yeah, and like Newcastle.
Yeah,
obviously,
Newcastle.
You know, like
Why are you, man?
Exactly.
I'm from Newcastle. Yeah. But I feel like there's a lot, like the accents vary a lot more in England, especially because you can drive 20 minutes down the road and just hear completely different accents.
Yeah, like you can go to like Bolton and it's totally different to, you know.
And that's 20 minutes down the road. Anything round there.
Yeah.
But there, I think it's just a lot more of the same accent, and then certain places have a bit of a different accent.
I think it's more not the actual accent, but the actual words you use.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Like over here, like vary a lot.
No, over there,
over there. Yeah, I'd say that's
Because they're in the same state. Pittsburgh say yins, and Philadelphia say use something.
Yeah, use all.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's interesting. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, indeed. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Bye.